Hello, TTS Today listeners. Welcome back to another episode with me, James. Today we're going to be going over product pricing in the total order entry system. So the first thing we're going to need to do is set up product groups for any of the products. This can be done in a couple of ways. If you have 1,000 products and you need to get a product group in for all of them, it's probably going to be easiest to do it with the import products page. So the first thing you want to do is download the import template, and I'll just open this up. Once you get this open, I'm going to suggest that you check out Steve's video for importing data into TOE. He goes over all the requirements and how to set this page up. But what you need for today is to have this column B, vendor product group. So if you want to be setting this up for a single product, you can just go through and do it one at a time. To actually set up the product group, you're going to want to head to the product dropdown and then product pricing. And from there, you're going to want to do manage pricing level by product group. And so here you can just select your vendor. So we're going to stick with Gravity Industries today. And if you want to create a new one, you can just click this new, highlighted in red. And it'll just give you a quick pop-up. It's got the vendor. I can enter in the product group name if I want. So today we're just going to do scientists. And if I have a description that I want, let's just call it a bunch of smart guys. And I don't really have any remarks for this, but I'm just going to hit save. And so now we've got that product group set up. So once that's set up, you'll see that it'll actually populate into the dropdown. Right, I've got two other groups, all and all products. So from here, you're going to want to actually add the products to the product group. So that's just going to be under product, then product again, and manage. Here you can select your vendor. So we're going to go Gravity Industries, and I can search up a product if I want. Otherwise, I can just hit search and it'll bring up all the products for the vendor. So for example, if you have one like Gravity Industries with only 5 or 6 lines, doing it manually might be easier than the import. And so we'll go into Coulomb. And for the product group, we are going to select scientists because he is a great scientist. Once you're done with this, just make sure that you hit save or update products. Sorry, it's when you go to create a product, it says save product, and when you go to update it, it says update product. So sometimes I will slip up with my words there. But now we've got this saved. You see it does automatically fill in here. Again, if you have a large number of products you need to do, the import is going to be the best way to get this in there. When you fill in that vendor product group column, this will automatically populate for all the products that you just imported. So once you've got all those set up, you can just check to make sure they all saved. You could stay in the product manage page, right? You can search up your vendor. And you'll notice that the vendor product group actually has the product saved. So you'll see I set up Bray, Coulomb, and Einstein as scientists. 1, 2, 4, 7 A's in all products. And then Galileo and Gauss are both in all. So the next step is to actually go through and set up this pricing. So the first thing you want to go to is under product, then product pricing, and you'll hit manage vendor pricing level. So I'm going to stick with our vendor, Gravity Industries, and we're going to create a new pricing level. We're going to call this the best pricing. And I can add any remarks that I want, and I'll just hit save. And you'll actually notice that down below you have a drop down for all the pricing levels. So you can see there's quite a lot for all of our vendors. And you can use that to see what pricing levels you have set up before you accidentally create a duplicate. So next you're going to head to the one just below Manage Vendor Pricing Level. You're going to go to Manage Pricing Level by Product Group. And you'll notice that this is pretty much the 3 lines. You just go through one at a time. So it's pretty straightforward. So here we're going to select our vendor again. We got Gravity Industries. We're going to select our product group. We're going to stick with scientists for right now. And our pricing level is going to be best pricing, which we just set up. And we can set these guys up to column 3. You do also have the option to do the multiplier pricing method. So if you do this, it's going to multiply off of the base price listed for the product. So you could call that, say, 0.75, or if you have your base price lower than what the actual base price is, you can enter in 1.25. Really, it's up to you how you want to price it. I'm going to stick with the columns since I know with the pricing setup that we did last week, I do have columns 2 and 3 entered. So I'm going to give these guys column 2, and I'll hit save. And you'll see down here that this comes through all the way. By that I mean you've got all of the vendors, all of the product groups, and all of the pricing levels set up, and it shows you what the multiplier or the selected column is. So you can see for scientists with best pricing, they're going to column 2. However, with all products and the silver pricing level, they're getting a multiplier of 0.75. And the last step for setting this up is just going to be going to Manage Customer Pricing. So here, really what you're going to be doing is selecting which customers are going to be getting this good pricing. So we're going to stick with Gravity, of course. And we'll go through with scientists again. And vendor pricing level, we're going to stick with best pricing. And so now I can select all the customers that I want to get this pricing level. We've got about 1 million annextors, but I'm just going to stick with ANS, ABBC, ABC, and just the first annextor. And so I'll just hit this little arrow over to move them. And I can hit this back arrow if I accidentally added somebody that I don't want. You'll see it'll move everybody highlighted in blue. So I can just keep moving them back and forth if I want. Or if I realize that I actually want to move ABBC back, I can do that. And from here, I'm just going to hit save, and it'll update that. So once you have those all set up, you have your customers in the assigned groups and pricing level, you are ready to create an order and make sure it works. So we're going to head over to create an order. And we are going to select Gravity as usual. So one thing to note is that if we do A and S, enter in a fake PO, select a freight term, we go to add item. So we just can type in any of the items. We'll go with Bray. You'll notice that it actually defaults to that special price that we set up a couple videos ago in the pricing imports. So if you do have a special price, that's going to overwrite the other pricing level that it has. So you'll see the other pricing is just best pricing. If we change the customer, we're going to go ABC Electric for this. We'll enter in a different PO. Going to keep that freight term the same. And now if we go to add these items, I started typing nothing. So let's go Einstein. Right, he's getting best pricing. So we're going to order 100 of these. And it shows you right away what it is. Of course, if you don't want that pricing, you can always do manual. And we'll add this to the product lines. And now let's just see if we want to do Gauss. It's also getting best price, although platinum is also an option. Right, I forgot to enter in a quantity, but fortunately the system will let me know that. And let's go with one more. We're gonna go Coulomb. I know I used him before, and he's getting best pricing as well. And we can hit add order item. And so you guys will notice this pricing goes right to that pricing that we just set up. Of course, you can always change it if you realize that it's incorrect. But at this point, we are ready to save the order. If at any point you realize that you messed up the pricing, you can always go back into Manage Customer Special Pricing. So I'll do that as soon as the page loads. So if we head over to Product/Pricing, and we do Manage Pricing Level by Product Group, say you selected the wrong column or entered the wrong multiplier, you can just select your vendor, select your product group and pricing level, and I can just change it to column 3. If we want to do all, and we're going to do pricing of platinum, you can change the multiplier. So, say you get a vendor, they send out their pricing, it's got the same pricing as it was, last month or last year, but they just changed the multiplier for each of the pricing levels. There's no need to update the products in the system. All you have to do is just come to this Manage Pricing Level by Product Group page, and select that product group and pricing level, and you can change the multiplier, right? We'll change this to 0.8 now, update, and you're all good to go. Certainly easier than trying to upload more parts. And that's it for today. If you guys have any questions, feel free to give us a call. And if you have any parts of the system that you want us to go over, shoot us an email at asktts@tradetechsolutions.com. Steve and I have been looking forward to doing a listener mail section. We still haven't gotten anything. So feel free to reach out, even if it's just to say hi. And thanks for watching, and enjoy the rest of your day.